Good to see you again, and welcome back to NA. I'm joined here by young Jack, Cap, Lacoste, and man, it is great to finally get Europe off the screen. Am I right? No, I'm just kidding. But congratulations, seriously, to Planet Dog. That was some run, right? Open qualifier. They didn't even win. They lost to Cool Beans in open qualifier number 1.
Yeah.
Wow. And then they win open qualifier number 2, and now they're going to TI. That's definitely quite insane. But I mean, maybe Lacoste, do you have anything more planned? I know you're friends with a few of the people on there.
Yeah, Milan and Swift Ending, I coached them for quite some time. These guys are amazingly skilled. With the addition of 33, I mentioned that if they don't make it here, that 33 is probably going to join some tier 1 team, but I hope I actually am glad that they qualified, and I don't know, we'll see more from them. Also Kaiser on mid lane, doing some extraordinary things.
And beating his old team that I believe he was kicked off of. I mean, that was like 2-3 years ago, but still just a team of people that had been around for a little bit, lost their sponsor, and now, I mean, maybe some regret going on somewhere, not for that team, but for the sponsor probably.
Well, you mentioned that Mouse might pick them up, just get rid of the old team, pick up the new one.
Might as well, gotta get your brand
That
logo
would be
out.
especially brutal. That would be absolutely brutal. There's a lot of that going around. The kind of former teammate kicking out his old team. So, you know, our TI champions from last year are not going to be at this TI to defend their crown. Second place was then Digital Chaos. Now Planet Odd, except Moo, who's on Complexity. He's got a chance to kick out his old team.
Yeah,
just one game?
Yeah, if you watched last game, it was like, right, Planet Odd had such a good control of that, like, early going for it. But then you look, they have a Wind Ranger, like, okay, he can do stuff.
Well,
but
he sound like Slacks now with the Wind Ranger.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, Slacks, I'm sure, loved that. But they didn't really have anything going into the late game, but they were still pressuring lanes, and then that one big dunk by Swindle a little bit through just turned the whole tide of that game around. And
yeah, it was crazy how that one Echo Slam just...
Yep, well, hey there.
The first domino to pretty dramatic change up. Planet Odd are going to open the same way.
Replay of game one
no, I'm not testing a debate here.
Dude, they have Wind Ranger banned. Wind Ranger is banned.
Okay.
It's not the exact same. Furo's Lena is also banned.
Yeah, but it's the exact same opening.
Yeah, and then I saw the Doom ban. I'm like, why would they ban Doom twice in a row? It has to be a bait, but no, this is real. Good try.
All right, well, production just told Grant to shut the hell up, so we won't be hearing any more of him.
Jesus Christ, I would love to work for production so I can have the power to say it.
You could say it now. Go ahead, Lacoste. You could say anything you want to Grant. He
what
can't
makes
really
you think
respond.
Grant would just listen to you like that?
Grant, look at me. Look at me.
Grant
Harris.
This is Grant testing. Grant here. What up? Yeah, everyone shut the hell up. Grant's talking now. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, same exact opening. Drow, Puck, and I was already, like, I was looking. I'm like, maybe they need a different strategy, but they're just going right back into it. They have the Warlock again.
I mean, I think if you're Planet Odd, you're kind of okay with like how the game. You're saying to yourself, the strategy was fine. We just screwed things up. If you're Complexity, you probably make the small changes, right?
Yeah, but that's the problem with the Drow lineup, right? Like, you have a comfortable lead. You're always usually going to win the laning phase. You're going to move forward, but you don't have the best late game with the Puck Drow, and especially because they had the Puck in the mid game. In the mid lane.
Whoa. Easy there.
They thought Grant was so important, they decided to blow him the hell out.
See you later, you tier 2 casting chumps. I'm up on the main stage now. Shadow Shaman being let through, one of the... oh my goodness, this is actually just the same thing, huh?
Maybe because the Wind Ranger got banned, do you have a different offlaner, or do you move the Puck over there and you get a different mid this time?
Jack, we'll let you handle
Cap is asking the real questions here.
Because Dusa was the 5th ban by Complexity last time around, right? So
I think it depends. I really wonder what Complexity are going to go with in their mid spot. Do they go with a bit of is there like a TA or something else this game? Do they go in a different direction? Do you wait for that matchup first before you decide what your mid is?
Is it time to bring back Bottom on mid lane, all in? This could be their last game. This could be actually, if Planet Odd loses this will be the first Valve event that Misery won't attend.
And he's the last one on the list.
Not the TI, but the Valve events. All of them.
He is the last one on the list since Tickets DDC didn't make it to the Kiev Major, I guess. So
Yep.
He's the last one standing there. And I was joking with Q about this at Starlighter because the Chinese are all about like, not all about, but there's this like, you know, your former, when the team disbands, it's like, hey, how's everybody doing? And then whoever does like the worst was like the scrub, the real scrub on the previous team that was holding them back. So you have to.
It's the Bone 7 treatment.
I was joking with Q about this because Q's going to TI with IG, and I was like, hey man, all your former CDEC teammates, where are they now? And ultimately, unfortunately, I think none of the rest of them are going to be at TI this year either. So.
Wow, we saw, I believe Planet Odd banned it last time, the Gyro.
Yep.
Which is strange because I think these are the only two teams we've seen actually. I mean, Planet Odd definitely has played it. We saw it versus NP and all that, and then Complexity picked it once yesterday as well. So it's real. That's definitely an NA thing. I have not seen anyone else pick Gyro yet.
Something Planet Odd might pick for their offlane could be game-changing here. Enigma. They still don't have anything to counter the black hole with once he gets a BKB up.
This could be interesting. So why do you guys think Planet Odd is giving Complexity Shadow Shaman when no one else did? Like, they obviously have a plan, but like, did you see it in the last game?
I think it's because the aggro dual lane that they did, Wind Ranger plus the Sand King, it just destroys a Shadow Shaman lane.
Yeah, Shadow Shaman can't do anything.
Yeah,
in the lane
he doesn't deal well with pressure.
Yep. And now Slardar, that has been like the only position for here we haven't really seen, right? We've seen Night Stalker, Sand King, and Clockwork, but this is really the first time Slardar's getting picked up in this region.
He was picked.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Not as much as the other,
No.
the big three, I guess. Yeah, they're moving back to the Slardar. I like Slardar.
It's a nice selection here, like not being afraid of the bounty or trading with him, and then obviously like lack of durability on some of Complexity's heroes, with the exception of Earthshaker. And then even if you do manage to get the amp up, say, on the ESU, keeping vision of him helps a little bit. I think it's a hero that can play very aggressively early on in lanes.
Yeah, the Slardar was very key for the DC game. When they had the Wind Ranger, and it just, like, Wind Ranger was able to focus Gyrocopter down so often with the Amplify.
Yeah, when the Slardar works so good pretty much with any of these heroes because of the draw aura. Everyone deals physical damage.
Be interesting. Complexity, they'll just ban out the Medusa 5th again. I guess it depends what Complexity picks here before Planet Odd decides, right? Or do you think they already know if they want the puck mid or not? Or they're just going to wait it out and
They're
see
just
what's
waiting,
Wait
I
out,
guess. I would pick Enigma here for Planet Odd. Definitely, especially, yeah.
Oh, boy.
That's a
Korgic hero.
Middle.
Probably middle Jakiro just because you don't know what your mid matchup is, so you can't plan on being a Shaker.
Even though, man, middle Jakiro.
Because it is a Windows offlane hero.
Yeah,
too.
we saw him play. I mean, it failed, but he has played it. But I mean, it's weird because you can't even really threaten Earthshaker middle because, I mean, he does great versus melee heroes, but versus Puck or maybe any ranged hero, Earthshaker is not going to have a good time. I did not see that pick coming at all, I'll just say that.
No, certainly not. Certainly when you don't know.
What about mid-Shadow
the matchup
Shaman?
for sure.
I guess we don't have to throw mid-Shadow Shaman out, right? Or do you think he's too weak? Good damage, but super weak against a Slardar.
It's
Templar
not
Assassin would have
happening.
been really good too.
There he is. So it is offlane Puck. Okay. The big question is, what is going to be middle here for Complexity? Not Gyro. Okay, looks like it will be the Jakiro then.
You were thinking maybe it was mid Shadow Shaman or something.
I could see it, yeah.
No,
but not
that's
anymore.
not happening anytime soon. The hero has no move speed. It's so easy to gank, pretty much.
Especially
Imagine
versus
Slardar
Slardar.
just spreading in. You have no move speed.
And this is, I mean, this is DC or XDC Planet Odd. Didn't they were the ones who like kind of ran that mid Jakiro in the grand finals of TI, right? Was that the one game they won or no? I know they ran in grand. I think they lost that game actually.
Yeah, I think they lost.
Be interesting.
I don't remember that mid Jakiro ever winning.
That's weird because Firo seems like he's like a real big game-changing middle guy. Like he got that lean and
Jakiro's
carry
not.
last game. He's not really a game changer. This is more of a, we might see a Mana Boots mech kind of build from him, and they just 5-man the entire game when that happens, maybe? I don't know.
You usually see this picked as a core as if there's like a favorable matchup, maybe like if you're up against a TA or something. Obviously, like he is naturally a pretty tanky hero, so getting more levels and experience makes him like a difficult target to take down. Also, like I like his talents in terms of whether it's the attack range. I'm not sure if you go for that or the cast range. Like he ends up having very long range of being able to get off his spells and counter initiation or anything else. So, like to see him scaled with like farm and levels, we'll see if that works out for them as the game goes on.
It really is cool, this opening that they set up, right? Because they have the offlane Wind Ranger to go with this. They have the mid Templar Assassin, mid Dusa, and mid Invoker. Invoker especially, right? Because it's a special Weehaw build where he goes this more right-click oriented.
Yeah, he's gotten the Qualifiers, I think, the last 2 times. He could still go the X Sword if he wants, but I doubt he's going to switch it up now.
Yeah, especially when you've got Amp and Draw Ranger with you.
Yep.
You've got more incentive to go for that build than you used to. So now we kind of now we can see why they were willing to pick up this same strategy, because it does have some wiggle room in the draft in exactly what heroes they're going to be picking up for that remaining core.
What is this? Oh, Dire maybe misclick on the Fortify doesn't mean much. I don't think Radiant's going to be pushing Tower. Well, I guess against the Jakiro, wasting a Fortify right there is kind of odd. Maybe some free damage on mid because of that. And look at this, they're harassing. Uh-oh, and they might be able to find him. Eats the tree. Nice. Oh, it didn't block him in the 4-man gust. Whew.
It's okay. Even if it blocked, right, he still would have just eaten his way
more,
out,
but I guess that would have been nice for them. He's using all his tangos because sometimes you see the 8 tangos only win 3.
Now, what Odd should do is try and poke their head back out and contest this rune. It's pretty common that this is what happens when you establish such early bounty control, is that you immediately move a lot of your heroes out of that area.
And how do you feel the bounty impact of the game last game 1? Do you feel he made a big impact in the early game?
He stopped some of the smoke rotations. There was one that was really key. Yeah. Smoke rotation to defend the tier 1 tower at top lane. He ended up dying for it, but I think that was actually one of the bigger plays that he performed. Other than that, I feel like it was kind of he was more detriment than value, right? Like the bounty was value when they all of a sudden were winning fights because of a big Echo Slam and stuff like that, but he was detrimental in that they couldn't fight Planet Odd very easily before that.
That's the problem, right? Because, I mean, strong lanes have been the biggest key in this tournament, and Bounty Hunter does not really make a lane stronger at all.
I wonder how Lacoste feels about the Bounty Hunter, because Lacoste doesn't like these heroes that don't really scale or like just seem to fall off after a little bit.
I said kind of that I don't like it. In the previous game, I don't think it was Bounty Hunter that won them the game. It was pretty much the other 4 heroes. Also, we saw Mouse picking Bane, and they also lost the game.
Uh-oh. Top lane might be in a little trouble. He has Orb, but he's going to have to go. Oh, dearie. I don't think he would have lived either way, but that was a super short one, and that hurts. And look at Bounty goes and scoops up the item from the chick. No, he didn't. That chicken's actually still just sitting in base middle.
Yeah.
And Misery's been chilling too. Oh, he did get items.
Misery's missed in this entire situation because he should be dual laning with Moon Meander, right?
It feels like.
I think Complexity knew simply because the Slardar isn't with the puck, they're like, okay, he's doing like some sort of courier sniping or something. And that's why they were willing to bring Bounty.
And look at this, Weehaw in a lot of trouble middle, just as Bounty Hunter sitting on, because the Slardar hasn't done anything. He's bottom now, along with the Warlock.
Sitting on 2 CS, level 2.
Yeah.
Even with Draw Aura. I saw him going for a Quas-Vex build even when he's playing against Lina.
Yeah.
I just saw it, didn't see how the game went there.
He ended up doing fine because the pressure of supports on the Lina.
Yeah.
So he ended up getting a CS. Here he's not getting that at all, so...
One more stun that should possibly kill. He's getting the tree in. Are we going to see a heal or just right click? Heal comes out. Ton of damage on Misery. He has sprint up, and that tier 2 tower just...
He's going to out-heal that, but he needs to eat the tango, maybe.
He's got the tango already going.
Yeah, but what? Okay.
Super
if the last word lasted 1 more second, he would die.
Oh, man. That tier 2 tower hit on a sprinted... No, he didn't have sprint. That's just a tier 2 tower hit. Yeah, my bad. He hasn't gotten any experience. Sorry.
One of those things about Shadow Shaman, he's really slow and lumbering, but sometimes it feels like when he's actually surprisingly durable. Like he's got the 660 HP but no other items.
Yeah.
So he's able to take a little bit more punishment than maybe you expect.
He's almost got as much strength as he does intelligence to start.
That's weird for a Shadow Shaman, aren't
Smart
they? Like pretty smart.
Sexy.
Yeah. Yep.
Why can't he be strong too?
Wait, wouldn't agility be sexy?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it depends on your type, but I think
Yeah.
of strength as
Yeah,
big
but
and
Yeah,
I
what
don't know,
kind of guys
strength
do you like,
having
Jack?
a ripped body.
Possible gank coming in here. Uh-oh. They don't really want to. Misery actually has 0 experience. I think he just got some on the tower. They are going to block him out a little bit, but that's pretty much it.
I can understand why he's going for Quas Vex here. He wants to out-heal the damage with his Quas coming out from Jakiro. For a long time, I wanted to see like a super farm Jakiro with his talents. We'll see how that works.
Oh, that was a nice dodge. They have a stun up. It's going to hit, but they just don't have enough damage to bring him down.
Mentioned that Lacoste. Like you look at if you see Jakiro with like, I don't know if he'll go for it this game, but let's say he's got the Ags or something like that, and you see the cast range on some of his spells. It's like 2 screens away.
Yeah, I mean, you can still 400 attack range. And you get a
chip away
Force
towers.
Staff, you get a Pike.
Man, this...
Yeah, you're chipping at towers from like a full screen away.
Yeah.
Mia's got to stop hugging his tower or something, because
Yeah.
this liquid fire bounce onto him is...
Well, it
Just
depends if he
destroying.
wants to go for like a more magic build with the Spell Amp, Veil.
Oh, that was kind of smart by Weehaw, that's setting out the EMP, because it gives him the opportunity for the turnaround kill on Z-Freak, but...
Yeah, and at least with Z-Freak not having clarities, he'll have to go back and get his mana back.
Yeah.
Next
Shrine
set of
Shrine
harass.
is ready in 20 seconds if they want to use it.
Bottom lane, even after the first blood, though, this puck 25 and 2 compared to only the 16 and 2 on Gyro. Oh, Z-Freak. I don't really think they can kill him, but maybe. Weeaw's running in. They have to be very careful. Here comes Demon to just shackle Misery. He's going to lightning him. Uh-oh, is he going to deny himself? No, Firo gets the uphill hit. That's 3-0 lead for Complexity now. But Moon is getting a lot out of bottom. Has Treads and Wand.
This is a rough start for Misery. Didn't get the courier. Not getting a whole lot done. Gave up 2 deaths actually without getting really anything in return. I think, again, as you mentioned, Cap, like feels like it would have been better to kind of park him in a lane as be that bullying presence and at least secure levels. But it's been pretty high risk so far, and he has been outmaneuvered by the bounty hunter.
I think it's probably part of the strength of Jakiro, right? He's probably not a mid hero that feels a whole lot of pressure from supports. So there was probably this idea in Misery's head that I need to help the middle lane, but I can't do it with my presence actually there, so I really need to get a courier snipe.
We are getting harassed down hard here. Dual Breath doing a lot of damage. Moon gets a kill on Moo, actually. What the hell with Misery as well as Soxa, and there it is. Demon goes down as well.
Well, we just talked about Misery, and
there we
there
go.
he is.
Moo is super under farm too.
Yeah, there's a lot of damage coming out, but they won't get him. Yeah, and yeah, they got that first blood on him, but that's about all they got. This puck has been suffocating Gyro bottom.
Yeah, now he has Dream Coil and they can rotate once again on him. He just TP'd, so he can't even TP out.
Has to places, gets a ward from one of the supports to place by himself. Bottom needs to, he knows, he's like, wait, that guy has coil. They're definitely playing aggressive.
Yeah, it's a good call by Demon pinging out this area. We have this ward. We're not coming on the left side. It'd be really smart of them. Just sit on through this jungle area.
I mean, Dire could dive. They have Pink coming in as well. I don't think it's a smart idea diving that far into the tower and you don't have that much burst.
With level 3 Quas, Invoker doesn't care about level 3 Liquid Fire, he just out-heals it.
Yeah. Oh, top lane gets the block in. Unfortunately, it is a Earthshaker and a Bounty Hunter. They do no burst damage. They barely do any damage after the initial stun.
Yeah, I saw Swindles kind of line it up for that Fisher block, but the Bounty Hunter being this under level, there's no way they can really do much. Oh, Weehaw gets a really good EMP burn on mid lane. It looks like they could just chase Firo down. He has the turnaround Liquid Fire that's going to slow down the attack speed a bit, but the last shot is not enough.
Magic
He
stick.
leveled up and the Magic Stick and
Yeah.
survived there.
Whew. Still, he is punishing mid, and this Drow aura is really coming into play now. He's doing so much damage middle.
Yeah, Drow hit level 6, so a lot of more damage for Invoker. 23 damage with Phase Boots, some serious right click.
And Puck's actually doing a lot of chip damage onto this tower too, on top of keeping Moo down. He's still not level 6, still doesn't have phase boots. It's kind of crazy how well this Puck was able to interrupt the Gyrocopter CS, especially in the beginning.
Yep. And I think that comes down also because they didn't really commit anything bottom, but the Warlock after the initial 2 minutes was down there with Moon, and just that extra right click from Drowor as well.
You know, I didn't realize this, the move versus Moonmeander thing, you know,
Yeah.
that was obviously a storyline, but the fact they actually face up against each other in the game is hilarious.
Here we go, ulti coming out, can Puck get away? He's trying to, he's going to orb out, and it's looking good for him. Phase boots, but Z-Freak comes in, and man, right place, right time. They might not have gotten that kill if he wasn't there. Probably wouldn't have.
I like the small detail of that play there. Instead of hitting him first, shuriken just gives him a chance to dodge. He just shurikens right away.
Hero's in a lot of trouble. I mean, he's just dead.
Yeah, he's got to stop pressuring this tower so much against the Quaswex Invoker,
Super
because you're
funky.
so close to the tower that Tornado keeps you up in the air for so long. It's just an easy setup.
After the first ward cycle, though, it feels like Misery has had a much more impact during the second cycle. Like the wards that they have up over there to see some of the rotations. The Radiant wards haven't really been replaced yet for complexity. And then Z-Freak again, like spent a lot of time up top trying to get a kill on that Drow, which was answered. So this has been a profitable second set here for Planet Odd.
Yeah, I
Well,
know.
Misery is in that state of mind. I want to go with the TI once again, so he's in try-hard mode.
I think it's a lot easier to have a high impact on Slardar at this point in the game, because you've got this Tranquil Boots and Sprint. So if you make a rotation to a lane and it's not like a good rotation for you,
Oh, I think he might be dead. Nope, barely that last attack.
now Resolution's dead for it.
Yeah. Nice rotation from the Radiant side, and that 0.2 seconds on that auto tech not hitting him. 1 for 0. But tower, bottom. I don't think they can TP to defend it.
Yeah, I don't feel like this draw will do much in the next 10-15 minutes. She will just provide the damage for Puck and mostly Invoker. I love the build on Invoker, goes for drums.
Yeah.
First probably will switch to Midas, but he needs to be strong right now.
Firo's finally getting some good damage on this tier 1 tower. I was surprised how healthy it was, given all the liquid fires I saw on it. But
This is gonna be
he's finally
deniable
about
now.
to finish it.
Nice.
Good try.
Debates him, and now Sox. He's in a little bit of trouble. Z-Freak on the backside. He doesn't have phase boots. They can't run through him. He is going to go down here. So a tower plus a kill. Nicely done. Complexity. I mean, both teams are making good rotations. Misery's making it, and Z-Freak on the other side. The fours have had a high impact in this game already.
But now the puck is kind of freed up, so it's going to be hard for the same kind of rotations to be made.
There we go. Misery here again. I think he might have got solo killed by the Invoker. Oh, probably not, though. We have a stun coming out. Still in trouble. Gets dual breath off. Harasses down a little, but Moon here. Oh, they have the vision on Z-Freak. It breaks. And now they don't.
Firo needs to be careful. He's playing Jakiro. Hero's not that mobile. It's not Lina.
Yeah.
You're laughing, but it
No,
might
I know.
actually be a different mindset that you have. I mean,
Uh-oh.
when is the last time
Oh!
you made Jakiro?
The Rockets are going to hit and at least slow him down for those wards and the damage. No, that's, I mean, yeah, when we saw Jakiro last time, it was kind of the same thing. Like, you're like, oh, I'm a Jakiro, but you're still the middle Jakiro. You're a core. Like, you can't just be dying over and over like he's doing.
Yeah, he is playing it a little bit Lina-like, where like he's kind of fearlessly exchanging spells and not expecting to maybe be able to disengage when he wants, which is not so much the case. He's a bit more durable, but not durable enough if they get a good rotation onto him.
Veil is finished, level 4 dual breath, liquid fire shaker spells, plus rocket barrage and cooldown. It's a lot of magical damage.
Oh. That was actually a sick turn there from Moon. They're actually going to be able to get the Echo Slam onto Weehaw as well. The coil goes out, and as well as the Tornado, he gets off the invis, and it looks like the Invoker will manage to make it away. Swindles, he's also going to die. Z-Freak with a good Shuriken bounce, not going to be able to finish off anybody. Got the bounce on a Weehaw, just wasn't enough. Firo is in
Firo from
position,
behind.
and he sees Weehaw. He'll be able to get this one kill, hopefully. Bird
Sticks
damage.
already. He
Bird.
should be fine.
Bird, baby bird,
Oh.
barely gets it.
Wow.
Oh, he could even use the Veil. He didn't use it.
Yeah, he
just to
didn't.
secure the kill.
Oh, that wasn't even that great of a fight from Planet. He rocked over in the forest to hit onto Moo, and it didn't even hit him. It broke the trees down that saw him, but it didn't even hit him. And now they're just going to punish tower.
And it was a great turn by Mook getting, like,
Yeah.
you know, kind of dodging and getting all that rocket barrage damage onto Misery during sprint too.
That was. This is a very back and forth game for Drow, but now they know Earthshaker's ult isn't up. Meanwhile, you have the Invoker who always has the spells up. They can teamfight and just pressure more towers, I think, at this point.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially with the Puck completing his Blink Dagger. Next up, I think Puck now constantly plays off map and just tries to get kills. They need this Blink Dagger on Misery as well, because he's got to get the amp on top of the gyrocopter.
There's just two major problems with the complexity lineup right now. At this point, they have no initiative. Like, they have no real way of starting fights beyond pressuring a tower. At least not until Swindles has his blink up.
I believe he does, right? No.
And Swindles is
far
Got
away.
him.
He's going to be the only hero essentially that can do that, and that's a little bit tough to play in that position, because you talk about like heroes that used to do that, like Magnus and Enigma, right? Some of these heroes, like, you don't necessarily want that pressure where you need to have the perfect initiation. Sometimes you'd rather be counter initiating. So if his cores can get to a decent place where they're, say, forcing towers like this, and then Swindles has the option to come in and counter initiate, that feels a little bit better.
What a swarm in there. 2 from behind, plus the TPs. Tornado goes off just in time ahead of the Enchant Totem. And Weehaw trying to stay ahead with the track still on him. He throws down the ice wall. That should be good enough to be able to disengage. They did manage to catch Saksa, who was the secondary target. Meanwhile, top lane, Mumian actually gets caught. Oh my god!
Wow. The damage.
What? He just dropped his keyboard there. Just missed a coil. Died to Jakiro as a Puck.
Oh, and I like this. The wards are down now. Maybe Dire doesn't expect this, but no, they're running back.
Block off is there. Echo Slam.
He's got no mana as well,
Yeah,
so
he's got nothing.
That's such a, like, again, complexity with that perfect rotation, and they're going to be able to get this tier 2 tower top now as well.
You don't really expect a team to be
Yeah.
there at 15 minutes in. And look at that deep ward.
Yep. That was just perfect, literally perfect rotation.
Misery's closing in on that Blink Dagger, but it's cost his team so much during this time.
He misses that free farm. You don't want to miss those when you need that Blink Dagger on Slaughter and you're missing 50 gold after 50 gold. It is really rough.
Yeah.
Trow's finally bottom. He wanted to be bottom a while ago until Z-Free canceled his TP.
They will get a scan read here on the Bounty Hunter rotating across. So they're going to lay down the sentry and catch him. Vero might be able to stop this one. Moonmeander's going to be able to come in, manage to get the silence. The coil follow-up is not there. Has it now. Managed to catch Swindlemounts on the side as well. That's big, especially as Swindles does get silenced up. Gyrocopter's here to be able to save the day, though. Soxa's not going to be caught by the ice path, but the homing missile will catch him eventually. Lockdown and Planet on to leave him for dead. But Weehaw is coming in from the side here. Goes straight for Fearoz. They have the amplified damage on him. He's manning up against the Golem as well. Perfect time to be able to get a quick one, maybe more. Silence, TP out. Moo is going to be able to make it out. Swindlemelon's not going to be as lucky. So Weehaw does get here in the nick of time to be able to bail out his team after a bit of a back and forth team fight. Meanwhile, Ginny actually is going to be able to get a lot of damage on this tier 2 as he pushed in mid and got the wards down.
Koss brought this up with Shadow Shaman last time. The fact that a solo 5 position hero can just go around and pressure and take towers by himself is so big.
Yeah, I think they're okay with some of these skirmishes if, let's say, they're getting...
Oh, will Bounty get a kill? No, Misery's back.
If they are able to like get track kills out of some of these trades while Shadow Shaman takes a tower, that's like the ideal outcome for them. But once again, like it's hard to start fights, and the durability, the inherent durability on their heroes is not great, and combined with the amp as well from the starter, makes things even harder.
We did see Fearoz tanked a lot of damage that fight. Luckily, the strength and on Jakiro, I think it's the highest of intelligence here besides
Ogre.
Maybe Ogre.
Oh, no, Ogre is Ogre. Yeah.
Yeah, Ogre's. I think those two have insane gains. So
Ogre is actually only melee intelligence hero,
yeah,
right?
I believe. I hope.
As opposed to Earth Spirit, who's a strength hero, but feels more like a
intelligence hero. Yeah.
The durability is there too.
Misery blinked 300 away here. And they're just going to look at Gray's babysitting him up here like, come on, dog, we need you to get this.
I was watching Misery and him dropping the HP against Fearoz, who had just a dual breath, liquid fire and veil on him. he lost 70% of HP, probably because of the sprint, but still it's a lot of damage.
You're able to see him at the edge of that central ward, and he walks back into it. So.
Nice, and that's going to get Misery his Blink Dagger now, so he's going to be happy.
We decided to skip the Midas. He's all in with items with Maelstrom.
Yeah, this
200
is
damage with Alacrity. Once he uses it, it's going to be around 300, 250.
I don't think Weehaw usually gets Midas with this build. I think he likes the fighting power and like he's farming heroes as well as shoving out waves.
And you see him right every time he shows up to a fight, like Moo instantly TP'd on that gyro. They're like, we cannot fight this guy. He is yoked out. Here comes the first real big smoke gank from Planet Odd. No one's really around. They might go middle. Gonna be interesting. Looks like they might just pressure the tier 2 bottom. No, they're ready.
They're playing into their vision first.
Yeah.
Seeing if they can get the easier pick.
That's tough. He's playing, Jakiro's playing this nicely on that left side. Looks like it might just be a, I mean, it's not really a failed smoke gank, even though they don't get the gank, but they might get bottom tower, which is pretty much what they wanted out of this.
Oh, he's going to pop that smoke. He's kind of in line for a good tornado, too. Ice Path goes out. Moo's going to be slowed down, kind of on the wrong side of this one, but he does have a shrine. Oh, they spotted Z-Freak. They can just back up, take this one kill. Soxa kind of misses out, but the Echo Slam does manage to lock him down before the Chaotic Offering can be dropped. It's going to be a bit of a whiff there from our Gyrocopter as he lays down the ultimate homing missile on Misery. They don't have a whole lot of mana. Demon's missing a whole lot. Moonmander's going to come in, gets off the silence, jump away. Just poking and prodding at Complexity. So what, he picked up
he got the
courier.
courier. Yeah, though, I mean, who knows if it was worth it or not, but it's a 1-for-1 trade. They didn't get rocked off. They killed him. I believe he did have track on him, though, so that's track gold. It's going to be interesting late game, right? It doesn't feel like Complexity has mobility. Once, like, I mean, Puck is going to get boots of travel, be able to blink around, orb around. You're going to have the Invoker who does the same, and then even Sprint on Slardar. It feels like if they can pressure enough and just get to the late game, the mobility on Planet Odd is huge.
Yeah, even if they can't say like Complexity are bigger when it comes to items and can actually beat Odd in the team fight, the advantage I think might still be to Planet Odd's favor just because they have such good maneuverability.
I know Jack always talked about this the last couple days. Even though Z-Freak is dying a lot, he's giving him a ton of vision, right? That was a 1-for-1 trade. They got the track kill. Like, that's not terrible for Complexity even with him dying. Just giving him vision.
Yeah, I mean, if you're talking about a team, whether it's Dota or anything else, he's the bounty hunter's the intangibles guy, right? He's not there for, you know, to put up fancy numbers and stuff. He just provides so many other things for your team in terms of vision. It's been helpful, and they've been able to collapse those towers too. So that makes things a little bit more difficult for Odd. But once again, like if you're Odd, you're not afraid of these kind of smoke plays to make these plays because it's so hard for Complexity to start a fight. If Swindle's not there, then the fight can basically be taken on Odd's terms. And even if Swindle is there, he's basically got to get off. It feels like the perfect ult if he wants them to be able to just win a straight up fight against Odd.
Here it is in the previous game. Can we expect it in this one? It's one of those moments that barely happen.
Z-Freak. Again, right place.
A little scallywag just always showing up in the right place, right time. Planet Odd did get the tier 2 tower kill bottom with just an Invoker, which was nice, and you saw Radiant like all running down there. Unfortunately, they couldn't catch him. They do stop the Roche just because of Z-Freak, though.
I just want this game to last, so I see a level 25 Jakiro.
Have we? I don't know if we have. What? I mean, he goes for the Pierce's spell immunity, right?
No.
No?
I actually like
Ice
Path.
Path,
just too good,
3.75 seconds.
It's going to be interesting. Ice Path versus Ice Wall. Both of them lasting forever. Do you like Gyro not getting that early BKB into these team fights? I know you need damage. He's getting it now, but he went the halberd before it. And sometimes we see Gyro get earlier BKBs.
I think that halberd, because if you get the early BKB, you guaranteed lose past 35 minutes, right?
Yeah.
But it's like kind of similar to the BKB in that it gives you the tankiness that you need to be able to make sure that you don't get blown up in the beginning of these team fights. So it kind of serves to what the old BKB did for you, and you can get that magic immunity for later.
Windowmelon's getting destroyed by this right click of the Invoker. Oh my goodness.
Cold Snap blasting for 4.5 seconds right now.
It shows a little bit of inexperience playing against. This might be an adjustment for some teams too, right? If you're not used to playing against this brand of Invoker, like you basically need to know at that point that you're not going to be able to get off a cast animation on Earthshaker or any of these slower cast animation heroes. Same with Jakiro, I believe. Like, it's kind of like the clockwork, right? Like people will get used to if you're trapped in with the cogs, you're going to be raising your hand constantly but not actually get the spells off. It's the same with this Invoker at this point.
And in general, I think you just have to be really careful of when you're split pushing by yourself. Like I think you can only show to like run in, Fisher,
top lane,
enchant totem, and just immediately book it.
Wards are down. They're doing some nice damage on that top tower, and they just TP out. Oh, Moon a little bit late. And look at this. Going to be about half HP on that tower.
Even more.
Way more, yeah. Oh, my. They're piercing it. Oh, can that little guy get one more off? Got him. Oh, one more. They can't kill it. Interesting. That's a lot of damage on a tower from just, what, one Liquid Fire plus wards?
And it's something they're going to have to worry about for the whole game now.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have this very kind of guerrilla warfare approach to taking objectives, right? The Jakiro comes in with the Spite Liquid Fire, the Shadow Shaman waits for someone to die and then runs down and plants wards.
Demon almost getting the puck there, the Blink Hex.
And now you're scared that like nearly instant hex from a Shadow Shaman is so scary as a puck. It's like the one of the few counters versus your like 4 mobility items and skills.
Yeah, that definitely cuts down heavily on the mobility advantage that we're talking about for Planet Odd. Because when you have all this mobility, you're usually playing a lot more solo on these heroes, Invoker and Puck. But now they have to be a little bit careful. They can't be as aggressive when they move around.
Is Brown running into him? It sure looks like, oh dear, and there's the Hex. He is just going to get destroyed. Stun comes out, finished him off, and Demon picks up the kill. And running up hills blindly has been the bane of some of these teams.
It's a track kill that also aids Demon as well. Like if this game goes long enough, you know, Demon eventually, if you get that Ag's Refresher on the Shadow Shaman, the wards become quite a powerful fighting tool in their own. And just able to demolish a lane with the slightest bits of breathing room.
Yeah. And look at this, they are going to go for Roshan. Obviously, that corrosive haze increased it so much, but Z-Freak, as well as Firo, coming in from the backside. Oh, the silence. Gonna stop Swindle from getting anything out. Might have got a stun, which sets up the Yules, and they're going to try to chase him down. Misery might be in a ton of trouble here. That Rocket's going to be max stun when it hits.
Is it possible to TP out? No.
Not even. That thing's traveling quick now.
It's a Tomahawk.
Bink. Oh, they want the track, and there it is. That is going to be some nice gold from just killing Misery.
Look at where that ice path was from very far.
Yep. Do you like the boots to travel this early on Jakiro instead of maybe another real item, per se?
Not a big fan of Boots of Travel, but they can threaten to split push more with it. Yeah, especially on that top lane where they put a lot of pressure, and with Jimmy having a Blink Dagger, they are very mobile.
Yeah, and the Boots Yules gets him up to 430, right?
Roche.
With mobility being an issue for him.
Look at that little less HP on Roche. Because of the Dire Team taking it, makes it so much easier for Complexity to do it. And they're not even setting up for this. Dark Green still bottom. This is just going to be a free Roche. It's huge. Oh, look at the Sunstrike coming in. Whoa. Didn't quite snipe it out. Gonna find you one. They get a stun up on Misery. Wouldn't be bad to just get a kill. But they're fine. They got Roche.
One of the other notable things about this build from the Invoker is that he doesn't go for his talents early.
Yeah.
So it's not uncommon for Invokers to ignore their talents early on, but usually by level 15 you want to see that 30 experience, or it used to be the old Exert Invoker wanted to have the extra Forge Spirit. Not anymore though.
What impact outside of Aura has Resolution really brought to this game? None,
pretty
right?
Much. I've mentioned it that he's not gonna do anything. He's just gonna give the damage to Puck and the Invoker. That was just the damage for the Invoker. Puck didn't do much during the mid game.
Because we saw this, I think, day one. Me and you casted Lacoste even, and I mean Rezo. It felt like Moo on the Veno. He just farmed, and then they lost. It feels the same way. I mean, obviously, they're still in a very good position this game on Planet Odd with this Invoker being farmed, but Complexity slowly inching the lead.
Rezo was far more active in the previous game.
Last
At one
game, yeah.
point he had 0 deaths, I think it was about 30 minutes. So his positioning was super nice, dodging all those ganks.
If the game goes long enough, though, I think he will become a decent source of damage. I mean, once he has that BKB up, he's not really afraid of anything on the side of complexity. Obviously, eventually, the right click just gets higher, and you have the amp from Slardar, so it's gonna be he's gonna be able to potentially burn down some cores very quickly, just provide a good source of sustained right click.
Possible 5-man push with this fresh BKB on Moo. Could happen with the Aegis as well as wards. We've seen split pushing. I mean, how do you like their 5v5 uphill push with wards?
Pretty damn good. Yeah, but they can just put gyro in front and just buy some time, putting wards down, using a coL down even after the tower, right behind the tower. So they just buy time, and with liquid fire and wards, they can at least take half of the damage on the tower, half of the HP.
Yeah, it's a very low commitment way to push, right? All right, you got the wards, maybe get some gold.
They're actually going for top.
Fire.
Like it. I mean, they're going to get this. The
the
wards
creeps
do
to
too
go
much. They don't. Middle lane, it's already in. Yeah. So this is going to be more than likely, even with that early cliff, going to be a tower. And man, Moo is not scared. He has the halberd. He has the Aegis. Look at how much damage is put on Moon. And the rocket actually hits him. This could be very bad for him. It is terribly bad for him. He has to die, and then he has to buy back immediately. And this range Rex is already gone. That rocket, the missed time on the phase shift, gets him killed.
I think they could have gone for melee racks there with Jakiro using liquid fire, or the ranged one is dead. They could zone them out with the liquid fire once, and then coL down and just take the Raxes and just go back. If they feel threatened, they still have an Aegis, and they have a BKB to run after that.
I think if you're odd, you need to more aggressively split push with the puck, and then when the lanes are out, I think they need to start taking some more fights out in the open. I'm not sure if they can continue to allow this death ball to form outside below their ramp, because especially with the Aegis, it's very hard for them to fight into it now.
Very, very hard.
It almost feels like maybe Puck should have gone like a Linken's build just to ensure that he can split push harder.
That he can't get hit by a rocket.
Yeah, oh man, that was...
Well, he's got to worry about the Earthshaker still, right? But he doesn't have to be right up on the creep wave. But anything that, like you said, Cap, increases his survivability, allows him to get these waves out. And then they have to take fights they can't take these frontal formation fights against complexity.
Yeah, but the thing is, when complexity is near the base, you need to have heroes from Planet Odd in the base, because they push so hard. Even if he throws liquid fire, that's enough chip damage.
I love the long range sieging coL can do. I actually think Swindle did. I don't know if is he gonna go for the Fisher range this game? Would this be the one game you might just with the Ice Path Fisher range and then just siege with the gyro and wards?
I think so. I think he went it last time too.
Did he? Okay. I know he went Echo a few games before, but
yeah.
That's one of those those are actually two finely good ones.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, and if they actually get to that kind of position under your ramp, with or without the fissure range, you can create terrain that you literally can't get through to the other side to stop the siege. So they can't allow that to happen.
Such good zoning spells, the Chikiro.
Yeah.
Ice Path, Macropire. I mean, Macropire, you even usually don't use it to deal damage. You just cut the other team from entering the space you don't want to fight into.
Oh, and Misery's trying to stalk Firo. I don't know if he knows the teams around. He actually thought that he thought Z-Freak broke his smoke, but it was the Jakiro. And Aegis is down, but they take both shrines right when that happens, so a lot of team going their way, about 6.5k lead.
It's pretty smart of Firo that he booked it straight to his team once he realized the bad position he was TPing into, because they should also know their Aegis timing and know that Planet Odd, it's very common to look for. It's kind of like the preemptive smoke. You smoke as the Aegis is about to die, and you try and force the fight to surprise the enemy team.
Jakiro is getting close to level 20.
I can't wait.
I want to see. He might go for the gold.
Yeah, just because, I mean, get items. Items are great on him. This guy's tanky, though, and the Yules. I love the Blink. Blink's already been useful 3 times. He's dodged a gank and just split pushed with the macro pyre. He goes to gold per minute.
No. In a sense, he's done more Puck things than the Puck. This is if you asked about the items for this, very Puck-like.
So you guys are playing it odd right now. Your 5-man sitting in a base. Well, obviously you've tried some smoke ganks, didn't really work in the mid lane. You can't just sit in your base. Well, how do you get out of it?
Well, I think the start is you don't get baited into Jakiro showing top.
Yeah.
He actually did something. I'm not sure how he got back to base, but he ran back apparently and
he's
pushed
fast
in
with
that
a
top
blade.
lane.
Yeah.
And kept his routes of travel intact, so he can still join his team if Planet Odd try and push out. Other than that, I think you just try and, like, somebody's got to be the split pusher, and that's probably, I mean, I guess it's going to have to be the Invoker, but the thing is, if Invoker does get caught by a Shadow Shaman gank, then it's so much more costly than Moon Meander, the puck dying. That being said, Invoker does gain a lot more out of the farm that he's getting from the split push.
This Gyro has a butterfly now, and you said that Drow is going to be doing a ton of damage, but a lot of that's going to be mitigated now until MKB's up on Drow, which who knows how long that could be. Oh no, and like you said, he's split pushing, he's going to get caught out. Nice chain stuns, perfectly executed. And that's exactly what you guys just talked about. He's split pushing, he gets caught out. That is not good for them.
He's
Wow.
trying to work on that BKB. If he actually gets that BKB and they get the amplified damage on, say, the Gyrocopter, the Invoker can definitely man up and do quite a bit because there just won't be enough physical damage to really threaten him.
Yep.
He could just challenge the Gyrocopter and this ranged duel and probably be able to kill the Gyro, but he may not even be able to get the BKB before this next high ground push.
Yep.
I still feel like it should be the puck doing that.
And there's the puck. He's getting scouted out. Perfectly chain stuns again. And this is going to be another base push. Invoker does not want to buy back with 20 seconds. They might just lose another full set before he respawns.
Puck already bought back, so he
Yep.
doesn't have a buyback. This is going to be 2 sets of Raxes probably.
It's going to be
Maybe
Megas.
that's
then.
all they have, yeah. So they're going to have to fight 4 versus 5 with the Invoker's up.
But this is, oh, look at that. Teal's actually chasing down. If they get one more kill, and that's the, oh my goodness. He has the Yules, he jukes out the right way, and he's going to live.
Did not have. Oh, he caught him.
He did it? Oh,
He
no.
has Blink Dagger, so that's going to be no rock for this fight, but they are chasing him out of the base now. They're going to get Misery. Moo actually does, and he's doing so much damage. These wards, look at, they're eating it. Even the Invoker alive. It's half his HP. But buyback comes from the Warlock, so the threat of rock's there, and you can just play it safe, right? Just go for Roshan, I think a minute.
Yeah, you just force
Maybe,
so much out of Planet Odd.
Yeah. And I always go back to this though, right? The complexity may have played like just not good day 1, 2, even day 3, right? But they played well enough to get themselves to this chance of just having one great day, and if they win this game, they move on, face DC. And right now it's looking like they will. Planet Odd is just on the back foot in a Drow lineup. That's the worst feeling.
Saw maybe some signs of discord there. Like I have to wonder, like, if they're kind of disagreeing on who should be doing what, or how they want, or what approach they want to take, because they look a little bit less cohesive than you would usually see. Like, there's not a very clear role of who needs to be split pushing. Like maybe Moon didn't want to, didn't feel safe doing so, and then Weeha ends up doing it. And again, like the position that he was pushing in, how deep he was on the Radiant side.
Ags, Shadow Shaman, sorry, Jack. If you want, though, actually, I believe Planet Odd is, what, a 20-minute drive from here? I think you can actually get there, ask them, and then drive back and get back to us.
That would be brilliant. Why don't we just send the whole team over there?
Dude, get the mobile cam and Castas, that'd be hype.
Right behind them.
Here they go, they're going
Well,
in, you lost.
The thing
Looks
is,
like Planet Odd got owned again.
well, the thing is, Puck had pretty much an easy lane. I didn't feel much impact from the Puck after that.
Yeah.
Also, there's a lot of pressure for Team Odd right now because if they lose, they're out. They're out. Yeah.
And old Z-Freak breaks another smoke gank. The stun from Swindle is going to miss. This is so hard to commit to. Moo's here, Firo's here. They have a Ags on the Shadow Shaman. Rock finally comes down. It's only level 1, though. Ice Path is zoning him out better than the Rock does on the backside. Weeha's trying to run from Gyro, but Rock's going down. Misery gets a blink stun on 2 of them. Nice ulti from Puck, but it's just not lasting that long. And if they get this kill on the Invoker, he's still trying to kite him around. Resolution's here as well. Moo's in a little bit of trouble. Has the BKB. Moon goes down the back, and they're going to find even more heroes. All the track coming up. Misery, Soxa, Moon, they all fall. We already saw Puck, no buyback. We know the Warlock just bought back. And this is looking bad. They already dropped the Rost award, so they won't have for this push. But look at the Gyros items. He really doesn't care, and they find him. The Drow Ranger. Yeah, vision. No, and he gets his BKB off. He needs to just try to run Weeha. He's going to throw the Tornado up, only hitting on that Jakiro. Stun comes out. They're doing a ton of damage to him. They have plenty of damage. Moo is just going for the objectives right now. He's cleaving him down with his E, though. And he actually pretty much gets that kill on Misery. Z-Freak takes it, and here we go. Melee Rack's going down. Ranged Rack's about to go down, and they just need to go middle, get Megas, back out, regroup.
Go Roche.
Oh, are they not going to? No, they're still scared. Fatal Bonds, obviously, plus Invoker can be scary. I'm fine. Safe play. Oh, coil?
They only called Bounty Hunter. That's not really
And they used the
for them.
BKB on Misery. Or Weeha, my bad. Interesting.
I mean, Swindles has the Echo Slam. He may make the call to go back in.
He wants to. Oh, he could if he gets on Weeha. Couldn't quite. Moon was behind him. No, he does. Hits him. They chained a stun. Ice Path going on the backside. Won't matter. He doesn't have BKB. Weeha trying to run the fire. Burns him down. And if this Drow dies, this is for sure going to be the game. But once again, no vision. But it will be the Mega Creeps. Wow.
Mega creeps before the 40-minute marker. I don't think there's any way Odd can actually fight through that. So they have to put a stop to this last little push.
Yep. Hero slowly nuking it down with that fire. Demon, no HP. I think
He has wards in 2 seconds.
Yep. Oh, nice double stun by Misery. Going on Swindle. He is getting taken a ton of damage. That first hit bash actually by Misery. They're going to get one down. They're trying to siege more. Soxa is going to take a ton of damage. Gets the Shrine off, but Moo is just right-clicking everyone down. Rax's go. His E cleaving that flak, just flacking on him. And good game, well played. 2-0 complexity.
I mean, Planet Odds not being first in their group, not terribly surprising. Planet Odd being the first out in the playoffs?
Pretty damn surprising.
That's huge. Complexity, one hell of a
Turnaround.
one hell of a show
days.
here. Yeah, I mean, you said it, Grant. Like, all you need is one good day.
And they made it to that last day when it's all that matters. There's every team left, but just go through. Oh, man. And I guess just going back to it, I agree with Lacoste. The Puck had a great lane, right? Got like 2 early kills in his lane, but he didn't really leave his lane and get kills elsewhere around the map. And, I mean, Firo, we talked about maybe not a playmaking Jakiro hero, but he made enough plays with what he had.
So
Yeah, 5, 8, and 3 on the Puck.
just going back to last year, when Misery first and we first joined this DC team, he mentioned something about, like, at the time Misery was kind of reluctant to be like the captain and the leader because he hadn't really he'd said he'd had like elder roles before in teams, but not quite the same way. Where it was like, these players aren't really talking about stuff or how to figure things out, and he really stepped into that. It took them some time to reach that point. For Complexity, I don't think they've ever had that issue really. Like, Swindle is like the big key voice of the team. So when you see them play, like whether win or lose, they always have this like very clear idea of what they want to do. The draft is built around it. There's no real like hesitation there. So maybe sometimes in terms of execution or in terms of laning, they have issues, but there's a very clear game plan from them here, both these 2 games, and you could see that. And in the second game, I think it was more pronounced than ever. They knew exactly how they were going to win and take objectives, and it just slowly built up from there.
I talked a little bit about Team Freedom, how with each game they feel stronger. For the Complexity, all the games they lost previous, it doesn't matter anymore. That's the thing. They're here right now with these 2 wins, pretty clean wins. I think they got a boost in morale, and they can go big from here. Actually,
It was interesting. I don't think really any of us really liked Jakiro pick. Maybe you guys did. Maybe I didn't catch that, but it really worked out for him. I was kind of surprised. I'm like, oh man, they're really going to take that, and just how perfectly it was played. It's
I've seen enough
more strategy.
Complexity Jakiros lose
Yeah.
that it never feels good when
Yeah,
I see it in
it
the
doesn't.
draft.
Then
But
Firo.
especially from Firo, of all
Yeah.
the players that you're going to give it to. But
Yeah.
hey, Firo, besides the the constant pressure in mid where he ended up dying over and over, like once he got over that hump and it started getting into playmaking items where he actually has Yule Scepter and then he has Blink Dagger, like then he actually starts really showcasing a lot of Jakiro's more playmaking abilities, despite the fact that he's normally thought of just this kind of simple, straightforward, like just pressure.
He looked like the grown-up Puck. Puck is the fairy dragon. Jakiro was like the adult version.
he was actually Jafiro.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Papa Puck basically. So
Oh man, and I believe right now we're getting a transmission video coming up.